Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Sorry, I was like.
No, you're all good. We were more concerned than anything. We were like, is it okay?
We are live, by the way.
Oh my god, guys.
Oh,
Crazy.
I need to do things.
Oh, what the hell?
No, I mean in my character sheet.
Lack of love, trouble over the horizon. Unchained inched ever so closer to the Isle of Ark to confront the runaway flying Elrond.
It's
However,
Smelly
they are the
A.
one last reprieve in Newport where they could finally spend some money. God damn, yeah, I know, that's true. We can do that.
Yeah?
Money
I
can
don't
be
want to buy
exchanged.
anything.
Shut up.
I think I will buy something. Dust, what we were talking about. I think I'm just gonna buy it when we get to Newport.
Well, here's the thing,
I forgot,
right?
so you'll have to remind me. But
Wait,
Okay.
here's the thing that you can just do, right? Bubble, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have how much movement per turn, hypothetically?
It's theoretically 240 feet.
And you have some bug-ass boots of flying, steal it. What are they gonna do, catch you?
Already a crew.
Don't
That's a
steal.
good idea.
Don't steal. But, you know, however,
Oh,
just saying.
You know.
right? If they're trying to rip you off, alright? Don't take that shit for an answer.
That's fair. You know, I'll pay if it's like a
for
reasonable amount. You know, if it's a small business, obviously. If it's like
yeah, I
a
was gonna say
corporation,
Crackertooth looking at mom and pop shops like, yeah, no, you good. Crackertooth looking at like a chain or something is like,
There's an Amazon.
Yeah.
That's fucking
No.
Amazon warehouse.
Speaking of Amazon, hey guys in chat, if you have Amazon Prime linked to your
don't fucking.
What, do you not want Twitch Prime? You don't want Twitch Prime subs?
I would love some Twitch. I'm
Give this man your Twitch Prime sub if you love D&D and you hate.
I thought you were going to say if you
what's-
love me.
If we get one Twitch Prime in the chat, we won't kill Mop today.
I don't think that's how that goes. Shasta,
Aye.
that's being vetoed actually by me right now.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy.
Anyways, it sounded like Dust started playing a different orchestra song on Fantasy Plus, and it sounded like a fucking orchestra farted in my ear, dude.
Oh yeah, that was because I played all of them at once to see if they worked or not.
Yeah, they work. I'll tell you that.
They do.
It's good. Oh, I liked it.
Dust, I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is there an Eldritch combat?
I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it. I don't spell them. Let me make that clear. I do not spell them. There we
Okay.
go.
I'll trust you.
Or okay, is it not that it might not be that it's like Eldritch? It's like Eldricht or something.
If it's German,
There it
I can
is.
accept it.
You're getting
If
Eldritch.
it's not,
Germany.
then I will judge it.
You're getting Eldritch combated.
Oh, what the
It is-
fuck?
I had a
Terrifying,
feeling.
actually. I
That's
don't
what
like-
this one was.
This is what anxiety feels like.
I'm
Dang.
having
This
a
is
great
like-
time.
Quick question.
What?
Why
Yeah?
are we on a 3D plane in the Unchained chat? See?
That's because he keeps fucking around with shit.
I do.
There we go. Let's get you guys
On
on
that
the
one.
talking screen. Oh, that's right. I forgot that I gave myself a PNG tuber last time.
You did.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm
get it.
Cassian! Oh no!
No.
I'll need to fix
Oh,
that one
no.
moment. It's all of your guys' profile pictures right now.
It's my cat.
There you go.
There we go.
I fixed it, but I have a webcam today, so we're gonna try and use that instead.
Ew.
Wahoo,
Can
wahoo, wahoo.
anybody have a Claritin I could borrow?
No,
What's
I
it
have
for?
one, but you can't borrow it.
What is it?
It's allergy meds.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, no, I don't have anything for you.
Do
Ratio.
You guys want some sloppy Joe?
I would
No,
love some sloppy
No.
Joe.
I
Man,
don't want your sloppy Joe.
she's
Stop.
No, no. Stop there. Stop there. Quit while you're
good.
behind.
Going.
Quit while you're behind.
Keep going.
Some shit Lizzie would come out with as well.
Yeah, that's exactly why it's so on brand for Dust to say shit like this. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
Lizzie's
It's like-
piloting.
It's like they're fianced.
She's not
Fianced?
ridiculous to life.
Oh,
Fiancé or whatever.
Remember that time
Just
that Dust
so-
was going to a wedding and we, for a moment, thought it was his wedding?
It is his wedding. He got married.
It is his wedding,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was my wedding.
If it was his wedding, I would be upset. Personally.
Why
Yeah,
is
and he
there a
didn't invite
blank new
me.
class feed? What the fuck did you do? Hold on.
I don't even know what this is.
Hello?
Whatever this is in chat, like with the
Oh.
the pull up thing, I can't even open it. Whatever it is.
Dust, I can tell you exactly what that was. That was the creature feature one, and I tried to delete it, and I don't know how.
Things happened. Things happened. I can see. When you add something, it really does not let you take it away. Unfortunately.
Okay. I'll leave it there for future shits and giggles.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
mental
Week
rental.
there'll be something.
That's my friend. I know that guy in real life. Look at him go.
Yo!
She's sloppy on my
Mental rental,
Chili
baby.
sandwich or whatever.
That's so true. That is so
I
true.
forgot we were live.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, right? You forget that we are alive. I live in constant fear of the fact that we're alive. We are not the same.
I should hope you're not the
I get
same.
it. I get the joke.
Yeah.
That was funny. I get the joke.
I didn't get it. I'm so sorry.
They were saying alive.
I thought you were C.
Anyway,
Blue screen for a second. What'd you say, Ellie?
the joke's over. The joke's over.
No, Ellie said something. What did Ellie say?
I said sorry, I thought you were C.
Oh.
Ellie, I'm so proud of you.
The
Clapping.
I thought you were
There we go.
Bubble.
Ellie, I love you. That's my friend.
Shasta,
Tessa,
Shasta?
close that.
Sorry.
stop that.
Shasta?
Shasta.
I need to get
I
some dailies.
hear the Discord activity startup sound, and I jump into action. It's like
Sorry
no.
for acting like that. It will happen again. Okay. Who wants to give me a recap of last session?
Someone
Who
else,
doesn't-
please.
Yeah, who doesn't have inspiration?
Quaggletooth and Maya and
I-
Bob.
So we got back from our adventure
Yeah?
in the snow and in the killing the hag, and
True.
well, fuck, what happened? Actually, help me.
It was a
It
lot
was a
of RP.
roleplay heavy session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very RP heavy session.
Yeah.
Went to Leaden Town.
Mop was kind of out of it, so you guys got this. I'll hand it up. Oh yeah, everyone got their cool new items.
Mhm.
Sam, what did Kovok get?
Guardian emblem, baby.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, it allows me. It's at 3 charges, and it allows me as a reaction if someone gets hit with a critical attack, I can mitigate the crit damage to make it just a normal damage.
Amaya, what did you get from Santa Claus?
Santers gave me a amulet of the devout after I got excommunicated from the same church.
Oh, nice. What did Castian get?
The Deck of Wonders.
Ooh, wow. We did a lot of Deck of Wonder stuff, that's right. And then we got another
I wonder
fucking
too.
magical item out of it.
Yeah,
I
just
have-
hold them.
I have a bag
is-
of holding. If anybody needs it, I'm here to share.
Awesome.
It's so cool.
So funny.
Mm.
I think it should also go without saying as well that the bag of
Okay.
holding is also happens to be one of Craggletooth's pockets.
Yeah, there you
Just
go.
rip the pocket out. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
It's yeah.
Mop got Glamour Weave. Ooh, Glamour Weave armor. And now Mop can shapeshift their clothes into looking awesome or not awesome, as we found out.
Didn't realize that's what it did. That's cool.
Fucking Crackletooth got wing shoes. little flying wing shoes, and we did a lot of RP fucking around. Mop made food. Forgot what food, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Fish stew.
Rolled a nat 20.
Yeah, fish time.
Crackletooth rolled a 20 on a Constitution check not to sneeze from dust.
Mhm.
That was good.
There you go. Oh yeah, and a lot of dust. There's a lot of dust everywhere.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, honestly, we were just fucking around the cabin the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, and
fun.
then we asked Nelro where we should definitely not go, and Nelro said you definitely should not go to the Isle of Art. So now we're going to the Isle of Art.
So we're headed to the Isle of Art.
Yeah.
There we go. Where's my inspiration?
You get one.
Thanks, Dad.
Sorry, don't. Of
Thank you,
course,
Father.
of course, child. And yeah, there's a problem with Fantasy Plus where it's significantly quieter for me than it is for you guys,
That's kind of crazy.
and I just do not know how to fix it.
It might be something about your.
Annoying.
Have you checked your volume mixer?
Yeah,
For
multiple
your
times.
browser? Okay, well, no mind. That's all I could have thought of. That's crazy.
Yeah.
If it, yeah, yeah.
That's okay.
Fish stew with sourdough. Oh wow, he remembered.
Yeah. No, that shit was fire, right? One mental
was-
rental got us, all right. He's the number one lack of love fan that isn't us,
Mhm.
you know.
Or Joe
That's what I'm
Rogan.
saying.
If
Next
I have
up.
no fans, he is dead.
One mental rental. Let's get it.
One mental rental in chat.
But yeah,
Yep.
we will pick up right where we left off, or perhaps not, depending on what you guys want. You are on your way to Newport. You have the opportunity here to continue if you have anything else you'd like to do here in the caravan. Oh, so sorry. Or you can just make your way to Newport, and we can start as you guys enter that place.
I'd like to get long rested. I hate seeing Phelan with a red health bar.
Oh yeah, we could.
It makes me so sad. That's it. That's all.
I
That's all
want.
I want.
I want long rest.
I
Is
gave
for
you
me.
one. I gave you one.
We got long rest. Now, Costco Major.
But yeah,
I just got so fucking quiet. What happened?
I don't know. I don't know what happened. Continue.
I died.
Yeah.
I died in the middle of my sentence. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I died.
Mop would give
You're never gonna
Reading
believe that I rolled a
lessons.
100, anyways.
You.
Well, I wouldn't
I can
believe it
see
because I
it.
can't see it. So.
You can
can see it in-
watch
in
the
fucking
fucking
stream.
stream.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see it now. Ouch.
Mop
what those
Mop
people
will spend the next few days giving reading lessons to both Crackletooth and Kovok.
Oh, you, my G, dude, my G.
You're-
I
Oh,
love that.
Mop is a real one.
yeah.
And we
No.
got like the stupidest like little itty bitty baby book, you know, like with
Crackletooth-
colors and alphabet letters.
Crackletooth is very distraught between the similarities between P, D, B, and Q.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
But
Yeah.
whenever they're big, whenever they're uppercase, as it were, then they get different looking. See?
Just
Except
wait
for
until she
B,
finds out
D,
what
and P.
Q is. Or G, I mean.
Is this getting to you? Is this getting to you, Crackletooth? Are you getting
But
it?
why are there two letters for each letter? Why not just have one?
I'm not sure, but they just
There's no
are.
map.
Crackletooth looks forlornly at the the book and just doesn't say anything after that.
I'm sure. I'm very sorry, Kovak. I'm sure this is. You're a little bit beyond this reading level, but as long as everybody's at the same place, then I can keep going.
No, it's okay. I'm happy for this. I like to learn. So I'm all good. I'm all happy.
Why are you?
Now B is for bread, and then we keep going.
What are you laughing about, Dust? What are you laughing about?
What do you?
I don't. Did you just move Kovak?
Yeah, I'm putting him in here for safekeeping.
Got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just watched him zoom over.
Yeah, you went through the closed door, which was quite funny. I.
I'm. Wait, can I do? Oh, I can do that. That's so funny. Oh, never mind. It was opened. But
The lock's locked up.
bizarre.
Yeah, no,
The
Kovacs just
equivalent of
big. He's
Dr.
just
Seuss
sitting there.
book.
Don't worry about it. Because I don't think he's gonna do anything in particular other than go for his reading lessons and just meandering about. He might probably honestly just spend a bit of time in this room more than anything, trying to get used to the idea of being religious. Because he isn't really, or he wasn't, I guess would be the more accurate term.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to just go to Newport if the rest of you want.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yes, it's
seen
just-
a zebra?
That's so funny.
Vaguely.
It's it. We're at the end of the alphabet.
At the end of the
I have never
alphabet.
heard of a zebra.
It's like a horse with stripes.
Wait, actually, that's a good question. Are there zebras in Falana?
Probably not. They would most likely be in oh god, I have to look at a map of the world, but they would probably be on the southeast side of the world.
Yeah.
House is just in wolf form, sleeping in the library.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We're chilling.
That sounds about right.
I just had the really funny image of the scribe Victor Arcane beaming the alphabet to somebody's head.
Beam.
Oh my god. I want to draw that now. Fucking, I'm writing that down. I'm gonna draw that later.
Can ascribe beam literacy into both of their heads.
It's just like it just reminds me of I can't. It just reminds. What was it?
Bee
I just saw the Bee
Bee
movie.
movie?
I lead.
Don't worry, I'll beam it
I
into
need
your
to
head
talk
right
about
now.
the Bee movie. I don't know what you're talking. Oh, hold on. I'll beam it to you real quick.
Why did you sound
Oh
so much
my
like Hot Claire? What
God.
the fuck?
I
She
know,
left him
right?
for the beam. I know, right? What the fuck?
I know, right? What the fuck?
What?
Imagine
Funny.
getting all of your English lessons, like from kindergarten to like college, all in a beam.
Oh god.
Suddenly, Crackletooth is like, of mice of men.
Mhm.
That boy
Gravitate
ruined me.
understands the themes and overarching.
was
Lessons
it
of a
was the
football
best
man.
of times. It was the worst of times.
What's Foylan doing? I just
But-
watched him move over.
He's
He's chilling.
just chilling. Oh, you moved him.
He's vibing.
I thought that cat C moved him.
I
No, I did
am.
not move.
I'm moving my dog. He's just chilling. I like to think that he's just wandering alongside the caravan.
Yeah.
Cass,
And
like,
yeah,
Cass lifts up their huge head and just sees Foylan like outside the window.
yeah, and he has his orders that if he sees anything that looks scary, if there's any threat or anything, to be loud about it. Bark, growl, do whatever the fuck he needs to get attentions.
Woof.
What are you gonna do when you get me?
Yeah,
What are you
exactly.
getting me
I
for?
think Cass is
Wolf
actually
wins.
just gonna like get up.
Boof with
Get
Skitty
up.
Grabber.
Oof.
They're gonna get up and do a big hack and scratch, and then they're just gonna like walk out.
Foot
then
keeps
they're gonna-
smacking his
I
nose against
see.
the
I
window.
This big giant wolf just walks out, jumps down, and then they're gonna go and like play a fight
shall
with
be
Foylan
shaped.
probably.
All right, roll initiative. No,
Non-lethal
Nothing.
damage to
He,
the fight.
he rips out your jugular.
he kills you instantly. He literally can't. But yeah, no, I mean that's funny. But yeah, I don't have anything else that I want to do per se.
Alrighty.
What about the rest of you freaks?
If none of you have anything else on mind, that is okay. You will spend the next only about a day. You guys had a whole other day beforehand. You'll spend the rest of the day, talking to each other, doing whatever you'd like to do, relaxing, waiting to get to Newport, and probably about halfway through the day, the next day that is, you will arrive there. I will put you all on North Sadal.
Based on conversation.
Hold on. I'm really interested in that. I want to see that. No thoughts, Kibby. Okay, hold on. Mop, roll an insight check.
All right. Ba, 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 ba.
You don't know.
No.
But you all will take the caravan to the outskirts of Newport. Similar to most situations with this thing, it's not going to be able to fit in the city. Newport has some pretty big roads, so you could theoretically put it on there, but it might not necessarily be worth it. So you will park outside, for lack of a better word. You can actually see.
That's a better word.
You can actually see as you park, you see a large forest in the distance, as well as a large bridge, which means something. Anyways, there's Newport as a whole. The scribe will finish setting everything up, get the horses in check, make sure they have a place to sleep so they're not just standing there, and we'll come up to all of you and say, I don't necessarily know what the plan is other than go to Newport and get to the Isle of Ard. If that is the case, you will need to find somebody within Newport who could take you there for hopefully pretty cheap, seeing as we don't have a lot of money. But they don't just leave on a whim, so you'll also need to find something to do with your time while you're here. Would you like me to come with you, or would you like me to watch over the caravan?
No, that's a big question. Is would that be very big enough to take a caravan?
No, we're not taking the caravan to the island.
Yeah, I don't feel great about leaving it here, but if we have to do that, then
I'm sure the scribe has ways of disguising this thing or hiding it or honestly doing anything.
I will simply stay in that case to watch over it.
Does the caravan have a possibility to fold up and you can put it in your pocket? Can you
If we
do
put the
that?
caravan in my
Is it magic?
pocket, would that work?
Is that magic?
no.
You have that kind of magic, Mr. Scribe?
Wow,
Can you
such a thing
caravan the
does
bag holding?
exist. No, it's too big. But while such a magic does exist, it is not one that I possess, though. I'll need to look into it.
I'll have to look into it as well.
Is there no place we can? I mean, do you know of anyone in Newport? Scribe, like anyone that can look over it, I guess. Keep an eye on it.
Well, I mean, I could easily stay myself. And I can find a place to keep it in the meantime. That would probably be the best thing. I don't know many people of Newport. We could hire somebody, I guess, but that would require money and a lot of trust.
I suppose, but it would be good to have you along. You do have particular skill set, but if you think it's best, that's also okay. We'll just we'll leave a communication line open so that if anything happens, you can just probably let us know. And if anything happens to us, I think Mob can let you know.
Of course.
With the little, and then he does like a little. He puts both of his he puts two fingers to either side of his head, and then he like pretends to beam something at at Mob. Yeah.
What?
It's if anything happens, we do the thing that you do with the thing with the magic.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we leave line of communication. But if you'd like to, if you think it's best to stick around, fair enough. I'm not gonna force you to come, but I will probably take Phelan if I can. If not, I'll leave him here.
They will nod, and they will say, I do believe you should be able to take Phelan with you. I'm perfectly content staying on my own, especially since I no longer have to hide what I am.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. That works.
I know I probably don't have to worry, but will you be alright on your own?
I have been alright on my own for 20,000 years. I'm sure I'll be fine.
You don't look a day over 1,000.
I appreciate that.
Well, no. Little Mao. But,
What is our plan whenever we get Nelra, actually?
putting him back if we
We
can.
fold
If he's...
him up, and we put him in our pocket.
No, we don't do
I don't
that.
think you can
But
put Nora in your
I could
pockets.
probably try.
We could
You could
try it.
but
Given
don't
that
think it would work.
he's under the influence of some very powerful enchantment magic, you would either need to find a way to dispel it or a way to, for the time being, permanently subdue him.
Oh.
Perhaps a kind of stasis, but the only way to do that would be most likely with some kind of a long-lasting, paralyzing potion, or some other type of powerful magic. Or you could just knock him out real good and put him in a jail cell.
Oh.
Could do.
That's a
But,
good that's always a good idea.
yeah, hey,
Put a
Shasta,
jail
real
in
quick.
the
Yeah, what's up,
caravan.
Pookie?
You wouldn't happen to have taken remove, like, you wouldn't have happened to have taken remove curse as one of your spells, would you?
No.
Ellie,
Yeah,
would you have happened to have taken remove curse as one of your spells?
I got it.
Oh, nice.
Okay, swag, cool. As long as one of us has it, because I'm not at the level that I can yet. But yeah, okay, cool. In that case, yeah, I think I was sort of just gonna shrug a little and say, I mean, I think he's probably got more of a plan than we do. He seems to be the type to have one, at the very least. So, see if we can find him. See if he has any plan. If he's sorted that out. If he needs our help with it, and then. Can't believe I'm saying this, but we might actually have an ally for once.
That would be wild and crazy.
Yeah, and considering that, I was about 2 seconds away from killing him, maybe, like, and then he checks his wrist, there's nothing there a week ago.
It's like peers
yes.
around him to see if he's got anything like written on his wrist, and then just looks confused. With nothing.
He
Now,
has
how did
absolutely
you-
nothing on his wrist.
Everyone looks, they're very confused.
The fuck is me?
Ignore that, I do it to remember time. But yes, we should probably see what Newport has, and we'll, like the scribe said, we'll probably have to stick around here for a bit, so there might be some work we could do in the meantime, but not too sure. We'll see.
We can play it by ear. We're good at that.
That's what we're best at, yes. There's one thing Kofuk is going to have a bit of a look for, right? And so whenever they decide to split away from the scribe, he's going to sort of like head into Newport, kind of to the town square area, or a place where like the most foot traffic would be, right? He's going to check and see if there are any like bulletin boards or anything of the sort where people would put postings and the like.
Mm-hmm.
Like bounties and shit.
Yeah, he's kind of curious to see if Josiah's already like worked that quickly that there are posters of them up.
Yeah, you kind of head into town and do a quick cursory glance. You've explored towns like this, looking for things like this before, so it's not that hard to find. And when you do get there, you do not see any of your faces or names on there. But you notice that there is an abnormally low amount of bounties on here, or, wanted posters and stuff like that, implying either that this is a very well-oriented low-crime area, or they're making room for something.
Can I do a history check to figure out, as a Falana, native, if Newport is like low crime?
Yeah, you can roll a history check.
Okay, swag. It's a -2, but give it a shot anyways.
Always worth a shot.
13. It's kind of mixed. You do recall Manor Black and talking about that. A lot of criminals end up going there and get paid to do very incredibly dangerous things. But no, like there's actually quite a bit of criminals that tend to pop in here. They don't often show up on wanted posters, that being said. I think with the 13 looking at this, you kind of put together that Josiah's incredibly quick and he can speak with a lot of people over the course of God knows how far. However, he is on the opposite side of the continent still. And so, while word of your treason might have been spread to places like maybe even Niceet by now, they don't seem to have reached Newport yet.
Yeah, I'm sure Niceet's gonna be so ready to throw us to Dacia after everything that's happened. But yeah, no, okay, cool. And that's sort of immediately the first kind of thing that he wanted to check, because he hasn't really been on the run before. But yay, he's on the run.
Yippee!
So are the rest of his compadres. But while he's out and he's looking at the bulletin boards, he's gonna have a look and see if there's any relatively simple but well compensating work that can be done in relatively a day or two, just to sort of queue up some options in case they need to wait for a ship to the Isles.
Roll a d100 for me. Just a straight luck check.
Oh,
You do actually see a posting for Manor Black. Which you see
we're not going
at the
there.
bottom.
Not going there.
At the bottom, there is a thing that literally says 1,000 gold. And you're
Wow.
like, what the fuck? And then you see it's Manor Black, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, let's just say he immediately he looks at the amount and then he looks at Manor Black and he's like, but I'm not at that point yet. No, I'm not gonna.
Cast read what the posting is about, like what the thing is.
It's just, it actually seems to be a relatively old poster. It's just asking for more volunteers. Where it basically just says ridding the region, that being said, of evil creatures of the night.
I don't know.
And it does it actually slightly glosses over the fact after reading it that it is incredibly, incredibly dangerous.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It has tiny text at the bottom that just says "not liable."
Mhm.
But what's it called? Yeah, but you see a few things. Nothing entirely crazy though. It doesn't really seem like you see a very, very old poster about a potion seller needing some help finding ingredients. You see a very old poster for a magic item saleswoman who just needed some extra hands. But you don't see anything of actually great interest to you.
It's nothing recent either.
Not really. There's probably a few, but the money they provide is too little, and it's just mostly not worth it.
Go just sort of lets out a little kind of like a burr, and then just shrugs to himself. He kind of hasn't really registered that Cass is behind him, because I like to pretend that he's just completely beelined and forgotten that people can just follow him.
Mhm.
And so he thinks out loud to himself. He's like, I guess I should probably go to the tavern and at sundown, keep an ear out, listen in, see if there's anything. But
Air up for what?
What?
Cass just looks up to him.
Okay, well, I was
The way
thinking.
It's the way you just did the that sounded like the rat shaker.
I was thinking if we're going to get both, it's not like it's going to happen in one day. They're not going to, just be like, oh yes, we're going to prepare to take you and you only. It's like they have to go for a reason, and we might have to wait a few days. And so I was thinking, if we can get a bit of work, right,
Mm.
in those days, we might be able to make a bit of money. Might be able to, get ahead of any potential reputation damage. If just like, and he sort of mumbles that to Cassian. Gets his way. It would be better to be a little, on better footing with locals than whatever a poster will say. In my mind, at least.
Well, I could go and maybe ask around. But there should be a dock around here, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll come with you. It was very first thing I wanted to think of. I wanted to see if there were any posters of us in case we start asking and being like, hey, can we get on boat? And then people are like, yeah, treason night, and try to kill us.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that Sudal really gives a shit about what Dashia has to think, but if the money's good enough, everyone cares.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well.
And then Kovak proceeds to give Cassian a 40-minute lecture on capitalism within all. But no, he doesn't.
I can't
What?
believe you just mansplained to another man. I can't believe.
No, what the hell? You hate me? No, but no, he doesn't do any of that. But he's just like, yeah, it's okay. Let's go to docks. Let's see where the others might be.
Cass nods and then just follows after, and then looks around to see where the rest of the party are. Probably
Mop-
nearby.
Mop has lost the plot and has started playing hopscotch with the local kids.
Oh my god. Oh.
No, you haven't lost the plot. You've actually become based, I think.
Hmm.
I fear you've become based.
Legitimately based.
Mop is playing hopscotch right now.
Okay. Having some fun. Is anybody else looking to buy anything or do anything else, or anything just right off the bat? I don't need to say buy specifically.
Looks like
Craggletooth
Rattlefish.
is kind of keeping an eye out for anyone that looks like they'd sell like thieves' tools
Okay.
or like that sort of thing.
What's it called? Thieves' tools are not something that are sold so out in the open.
Yeah,
So
Probably.
you do a little bit of sleuthing, going out and about, trying to find just someone who might sell them. And there is a small alleyway you could find yourself in, and you see a woman sitting on a piece of cloth with a wooden cup at her feet, wearing like this sort of large, almost blanket over herself. Her face is barely visible. And when you approach, she'll kind of look up a little bit. She'll look you up and down, and initially when she looks at you, there is this look of sadness on her face. Looks like she's about to ask you for something. When she looks at you and recognizes what you are, that face will disappear and will be replaced with one that is a bit more stern, and quite a bit more serious. And she'll say, "Are you here to look for something?"
depends on what you might have available or know about.
A lot for the likes of you. I'll need something specific though.
Thieves' tools, if you can have them.
Aye. That'll be roll. She's gonna. One moment. Okay. That'll be 25 gold.
Mm,
Go on then, Haggletooth.
I d-
Cool too.
Haggletooth. at the mention of 25, Craggletooth's gonna breathe a, suck a breath in through her teeth and go, I can do 20.
She'll narrow her eyes at you. Make me a persuasion check.
Happily. Oh,
And-
actually, I want to do a thing. I'd like to
Okay.
use my magical guidance on ability checks, and spend a sorcery point to re-roll that.
Will you have that?
Yeah, sorcerers have that.
What is that? What?
It's like
That's crazy. That's
So-
crazy good.
basically it's kind of like luck with a sorcery point, but you have to use the new roll. So if I roll like a 1, I have to use the 1.
Okay. As long as,
Sounds-
yeah, I trust you. Mark the points. Go for it. Oh yeah, I see it here. Meta magic. What is this?
Yeah,
Interesting. Okay.
I remembered I had that. Oh, look. Okay,
Look at that.
I'll take it.
She will outstretch her arm. She has very bony fingers. She looks very old. And her palm will be facing upright, and it'll open a little bit more. And she'll say, "You had to go out of your way to come here. I respect the attempt, but I'm the only one that sells these here. You're not going to find a better price unless you're willing to travel all the way to Niceet."
Craggletooth will like give a little nod to the respect the attempt, because she also respects the hustle, and then she'll just kind of like nod and go, all right, it's worth a try. And she'll give the 25 gold. And
There we go. My dad brought me beef jerky.
Yo, where's
Take your
mine?
gun.
Where's
let's
mine?
go.
It's very tasty.
That-
So you handed her the 25 gold?
Yeah.
She will. She'll let the gold drop in her hand, and she'll give like a bitter old smile, and she'll say, "Thank you very much, dearie." And she'll put the gold away, and she'll rummage around in a bag right behind her, and she'll pull out what appears to be a small kit. You've definitely seen something like this before. And she'll reach out to hand it to you. And before she does hand it to you, when you reach out to grab it, she will pull back. And she'll say, "By the by, are you Craggletooth?"
Craggletooth narrows her eyes. Who's asking?
Say the word, I'll shoot him. Come up looking in the back with the hand crossbow.
Like a red dot appears on the lady's forehead.
A associate of mine has been looking for you. Said you might be here soon. I think you might want to talk to him.
She pulls a face and kind of like rolls her eyes with her hand still outstretched.
Mhm.
All right, thanks for the method, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And she will set it in her hands, and you'll kind of look it over, make sure what she's giving you is correct, and it is.
Mm-hmm.
But make a perception check.
I'm fearful now. All I wanted was some silly things to break into places. That's all I wanted. What's with the force?
You don't notice as you begin to inspect it. I'll tell you this out of character. You don't notice as she begins to grab her things and walk away.
Oh.
Disappearing off into the street. But you do notice, because it's made very clear to you, you have dark vision, don't you?
I do have dark vision, yeah.
You're looking down the alleyway, and you hear a metal clink. It's very reminiscent, metal falling on stone, the jingling of chains. But when you look down, you don't see anything. And then you'll hear that little clink again, and you will see some green flame begin to sputter near the ground, probably about 30 feet in front of you.
Question.
Yeah.
Is that so I'm getting bad vibes from this.
Mhm.
Craggletooth is getting bad vibes from this. Is there a rooftop like 60 feet away that I can just misty step onto?
There is. Does it look like you're about to flee?
No, I think she'd hear it and look up. Her ear would twitch towards the sound.
Mhm.
And then she'd kind of look behind her out to like the main road and then just disappear with a misty step.
Well, before you cast the Misty Step, which
Oh,
you
God.
can do it afterwards. They're not going to stop you. But you see in the darkness above that green flame sputtering 2 eyes glowing that same fiery green pierce from the darkness. Green eyes that you do recognize.
Oh God.
And you will hear somebody say, "Craggle, come on. Where are you going?" "I just wanted to talk to you for a second. And I figured this would be the best place to do it."
She kind of licks an ear, but she'll stay for that. And kind of move a bit closer into the alleyway with. She'll put the thieves' tools in her new pockets.
Mhm.
The beautiful new pockets. And move a little bit closer, kind of with her arms folded and. Yeah.
1 moment. Gotta. I'm gonna message you because you do know who this person is. 1 moment.
Okay.
And
Freak.
you will see the eyes are sort of it's kind of Cheshire Cat, but if Cheshire Cat didn't have a mouth, where you can see his eyes are rounded and giving an expression of a very, very wide grin. And you see as the eyes get down on your level for a moment, they look to the side, and you hear something fiddling for a moment before you see a lantern light up a little bit. You can actually see this person's face. You see a human. Their face, their skin is sallow and pale. Their eyes have this awful fiery green to them. Their hair looks messy, and there is a spiked chain wrapped around their side. And you can see that was the thing that was clattering against the floor with some of that green flame. And they have a awful smile just planted on their face, which is typical for them. And they'll say, "There you are. Sorry. I know that all that dramatics tends to bug you a little bit, but
Just a little.
can't help myself."
She smiles. It doesn't quite reach her eyes.
So, I'm sure you've heard, but Creek is dead. It's been, I don't know, I want to say at most a month since it happened. Found out about it a little bit ago. Had someone go searching in some woods near Dacia. Found him there. It was quite the sight to see. Thogloth thinks he knows who did it. I think I do too. And I think you do too, but it's alright. That being said, we are getting a little impatient. And it's not your fault. We're not impatient with you. We're impatient with the outcome. See, Kovak is still walking. And that's not good. And I know that you don't want to do that because that would blow a lot of cover for you. In fact, you've been doing great, actually. We've been watching little by little. I have to say, kudos to you, he says as he, like, pats you on the shoulder.
Slimy man, slimy man. Anyway, she
He's very slimy.
doesn't really respond to that, but just kind of, like, shrugs in almost like, okay, yeah, great. Cool.
Does... So, I suppose there's a small discussion that needs to be had. I was sent to look for you. Boss said that you'd be around here, and he was right. But he's a bit preoccupied at the moment, so I decided to be here. I know that you and I didn't talk very much when you were still traveling with us, but, you know, I figure there's a little bit of rapport, right? Either way, I'm stumbling over my words. Look at me rambling again.
Yeah.
I suppose.
eh.
I just wanted to ask a couple things. We've heard rumor that you all are getting on a boat here soon. Is that correct?
Hang on.
Is that a deception?
No, that's for me to decide what I'm doing. And she, I think, is going to probably roll a deception and say, and she'll say like, yeah, we're looking for a boat, gonna be going over to the Dew Outpost.
Yeah, go ahead and roll deception for me.
Huge.
It's a good deception.
Deception.
Yeah, certainly not.
I knew it. I knew it was him.
He will say, he'll frown a little bit and he'll say, man, I'm not doing as good at my job anymore. I could have sworn
Where'd you hear?
Well, I heard Isle of Ard, but I suppose it's been rather recent anyway, so it makes sense that information would still be fresh and therefore wrong, but hearing it from you, you know, it's gotta be true. So, in that case, either way, you're going on a boat, which means you have the perfect opportunity. See, I don't think you can take him by yourself. Because, I mean, let's be honest, right? He's, he kind of looks at you for a moment and looks you up and down. He can be a little impressive. He did kill Creek, you know?
It was easy.
So, you know, gives you the perfect opportunity. The guy's always pretty heavyweight. You could give him one swift push, take care of him there. Alternatively, we actually have some friends coming along on the boat. We've given a slight tip to some Sawagan, some pirates that are gonna try and help you out a little bit, as long as you're there to help.
I didn't agree to help kill him when this started. Like that wasn't on like the docket, and she kind of like shifts her weight a little bit, obviously uncomfortable with the idea.
Mm-hmm. He'll be like looking outwards, kind of like lost in thought while he was talking, and you say that. And his head is still facing upwards, but his eyes sort of snap to you.
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
And he'll say, I know. Sorry, I'm getting lost in a bunch of ideas, I guess, but plans do change. And the interesting thing about your agreement is that the end of it definitely doesn't. I know. You know, what you did was just, it was so brave, and I would really hate for that bravery to go unrewarded. Don't you agree? He'll kind of look down at you.
She's distinctly uncomfortable. And after a moment's hesitation, she'll nod.
Good. He'll kind of look at you, and his eyes will kind of jitter a little bit, gauging your body language. And he'll sigh. And he'll say, "Look, I get it, right? Maybe you're scared. Hopefully you don't care about him. That wouldn't make any sense. But if for some reason something goes wrong, we have something waiting for him at the Talons. Bring him there. Okay? Does that sound good?"
She nods and kind of makes like a noise of like agreement, like, yeah, I guess. Not really, but like, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And he will upright himself, and he'll do like a big stretch, and he'll say, good, all right. Well, now that that's out of the way, and the lantern at his side will extinguish, making only his eyes visible once again. And you'll see him look at you for a moment. His eyes furrowed now and a little bit crazed. And he'll say, I wanted to ask you something a bit more personal. Something the boss didn't want me to ask. Something I just wanted to ask you specifically. So, Kovac was supposed to die in that fire. We didn't start the fire, mind you, but it was very clear-cut what was supposed to happen. You were told what to do, and it didn't happen.
I was told to let Kovac die if I could, and it didn't end up working out that I could.
See, that's kind of my issue. Is that it just keeps not working out.
What are you implying? And she looks him dead in the eyes at that point. There's a frown on her face.
Mm-hmm. When you say that, the sort of happy expression in its eyes will fall to one that is completely neutral, like apathetic neutral. And he will take a step towards you, close enough that your dark vision isn't even required, and you can see parts of him becoming visible in the darkness. And he'll say, all I want to know is if you're actually gonna uphold your end of the deal. Because the way I see it, if things, I don't know, keep not working out, as you put it, due to circumstance, as you put it, loyalties are gonna get questioned. And people are gonna start dying.
She swallows. Very, very, like it's a like get your bearings and you know, keep a level head sort of thing. And she kind of looks at this man and goes, I'm doing the best I can with unfortunately isn't the best that I would like.
It's not the best I would like either.
You have so much in common then. She smiles. It doesn't reach her eyes.
He'll look down at you again. You'll see his eyes get close to you, close enough that you could see the edges of his face out of the darkness. And he'll say, at this point, I don't care what Thogloth says. I'm going to kill them. Do you hear me?
She nods.
Good luck, bitch.
Good. And he will pat your head and he'll say, now, I have some business to attend to. And I think you do as well. He will begin to fade away into the darkness.
Craggletooth will take the opportunity to Misty step onto that roof she was looking at.
Okay. And so you will. Do you want to do anything up here, or was that just to exit?
It's just to exit and to make sure that no one saw her exit.
Got you. Smart.
Bro. Good shit.
And we will move from there to anyone else. Amaya, are you doing anything in Newport?
She's just kind of walking around the area. Nothing in specific. And she'd rather save up her gold for something a bit more important down the line.
Gotcha. If you can think of anything, let me know. I could totally put you down somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, does anybody want to do anything else besides Kovak and Cassian? Because I know that you guys were going to go to look for a boat.
Mop, do charity.
You're gonna do charity?
Yeah, Mop's gonna buy like a bunch of bread loaves and give it out to sick and hungry people.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Mop. Little guy.
What's it called? Alright. Do you have a specific number?
I have a feeling Mop can only carry so many, so she's gonna request at least like a bag of bread,
Very
like
funny.
a couple of loaves, and then like split those loaves up into sections, you know?
Got you. Did you want just 10 loaves and like a big bag?
Yeah.
That would be 2 silver pieces.
Oh, you're bleeding me.
One mental rental in chat says W Mop, and I am inclined to agree.
It's
Absolutely agree.
How do I
100%.
Can you subtract that from my inventory?
yeah, it's gonna be so. What's it called? 1 loaf of bread is 2 copper pieces.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you have to. So 20 would be 2 silver pieces, which is 1/10 of a, or 1/5 of a gold piece. So I'm gonna do
Okay.
this. 149, and then it was 2 silver pieces, so 10.
Yeah.
8.
8.
There you go.
Okay, thanks, man.
And yeah, you will just go around finding. There aren't a lot, though. This place is a bit lower quality of life than a lot of other places in Falana. You don't find a lot, but you do find a few people that might be a bit down on their luck. Maybe just a few sad folks that need some good fortune.
How many would you say?
Do you what do you need the number for? I can.
I want to give them each a silver piece.
Oh, I
Both
see.
the bread.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just get rid of your silver pieces. There you go.
Mark going up to the sick and the homeless, holding out one loaf of bread or a silver piece.
No, I'm giving them both. I'm giving them both.
Squid Game 2.
I'm giving them both.
And you will just happily hand out things, and eventually you get to a marketplace, which is where most of them are. But you just see one man, very clearly someone who does not have a home, who is in poverty. He is wearing sort of like chains around his wrists, and has this blindfold on. And when you approach, and you what do you approach him? What do you say? What do you do?
I go, hi, my name's Mop. Can I offer you some bread? It's free.
They will look up to you, in your direction. They'll smile, and they'll go, "Oh, of course, I would appreciate it." And they
Mop will
reach
also.
out.
Does the guy have a cup out or anything?
Sure, like a bowl.
Yeah, like a bowl on the ground. I'll put the silver piece in there.
And he will, when you put the silver piece in, and when you hand him the bread, he'll stop when you put the piece in,
Mhm.
and he'll look at the bowl, and then with one finger he will lift up his blindfold and wink at you, and then say, "There are not many people like you these days. Good fortune upon you, my friend. I appreciate it."
Well, thank you. You know, my Meemaw used to say, "Be the change you want to see in the world," and now I'm out here doing it.
Good. And
I guess if you ever get the chance, pass along the good fortune.
I'm sure I will then. And I want you to gain 1 concordance, and for the next 24 hours, add a d4 to all of your rolls. You feel
Big.
something wash over you that you felt something similar before, as if a divine force has literally looked kindly upon you.
We got 15 concordance.
It's a good
What the
amount.
fuck?
It's a very good amount.
Yeah, fuck you. I have
and you
12,
said
right? You know, that's
Plus, you said a +4 to what?
It's it's bless.
Oh,
essentially.
D4.
Yeah.
Okay, I got blessed.
Whenever you roll something for the next day, you just do that and add that to it.
All right, lovely. Okay.
I don't know if I have it somewhere or not, but there is literally a god of poverty in Zach's world. That is for this exact purpose.
Love that.
Mop will wave at him and say, "Have a good day." Be well.
He will wave back and pull the blindfold that he clearly doesn't need back over his eye, and say, "You as well. You as well."
Does this strike up any visual motifs in Mop's mind? I guess. Is it just like a regular looking guy, or is it like a symbol of some kind?
I want you to make either a religion or a history check.
Oh wowie zowie, they're both the same. Can
Oh.
I?
I will give you
Argyle.
a different result based off of what you choose.
I'm gonna pick history, and Argyle is gonna help me.
Go for it.
Argyle.
Argyle.
19.
Argyle.
Let's go ahead and just. That's 26.
26.
You look at the man, and you begin to walk away, and you kind of furrow your brow a little bit, and you turn around, and he's literally not there anymore. And you remember from your time in Dacia seeing someone incredibly similar looking.
Okay.
And with the 26, I'm trying to remember his name, but I believe you remembered he called himself, I believe it was Chains.
James. Cool. You write that down. I'm gonna put Chains in my notes as my friend.
Now, I could be
At
wrong.
least you have a
be
friend.
the other option might be coins, and if I find out, I'll let you know. But I believe it's
See.
Coins/chains.
If his name is Chains, that's too bad because we're the Unchained. All right, he can't come with
Ooh.
us. All right,
True. Okay.
this is so sad. Alexa.
Yeah, I can't think of anything Mop would want to do. Maybe pick up some like. I guess they got bread left over, so
Yeah.
rations is good.
Yeah,
They're good on rations. That's for damn sure.
absolutely. You will do that. In that case, I will go to Kovak and Cassian. Amaya, if you want to hop along with anybody at any point, let me know.
I think I'll have. There's one thing. I think Amaya would honestly. She'd try to find a library, but if you want, do Kovak and Cassian's bit first.
No, we'll do Amaya real quick.
Okay.
Just given
Yeah.
that Kovak and Cassian are probably going to be closer to the end of the Newport adventure. Amaya, you will walk about in search of a library. After a little bit, you can easily find one. Doesn't seem to have any special name behind it, but there is certainly a library. And when you walk in, it's very quiet, as libraries normally are. You can immediately, the smell of paper and papyrus, like, smashes against your nose.
Damn. Amaya's smelling fonts.
it's a type of paper! It's a type of paper! No! No!
What's next? You gonna start smelling Comic Sans?
I swear to God.
Comic Sans smells like birthday cake flavor.
I disagree with you
forgot
wholeheartedly.
that's
It smells like the plastic of a birthday card.
To be completely honest, birthday cake seems to fit it more personally.
Really? That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just seems right.
I really
Real
like putting
thing.
really stupid things in Comic Sans, like giving like a coworker in a cubicle just like a Comic Sans thing that just says like, "Sorry, your mom died" or whatever. Like, get better
Jesus Christ.
soon.
That is such an example.
That's crazy.
Go back to session 1. Josiah writes in Comic Sans about the Chained Legion contacts.
Yeah, you'll walk in and immediately you will see, but they don't see you actually, the scribe, sitting in one of the aisles, just exploring the shelves.
Oh, okay. She kind of looks over. She sees the scribe. She narrows her eyes and she thinks, yeah, so much for guarding the caravan, huh?
Narrows her eyes, which are closed.
It's kind of more just she makes a face. And then she goes off and she'll keep half her attention on trying to find something to read. Just something different because the caravan has the same old books. And then also have her attention on what the hell is this guy doing?
Mm-hmm. And you can find very easily something that isn't necessarily already in the caravan. And you can start reading that if you'd like. But as you're paying attention to the scribe, he's going about, and you could see him looking at books, checking the title, either shaking his head or nodding or giving like a quizzical, perhaps, expression. And you see he will grab a couple, and he will literally get what appears to be a pile of maybe like 20 books or so. and he will bring them to the desk. He doesn't look all ghostly, by the way. He looks human. And he will set them on the counter, and you see the librarian will look kind of shocked for a moment, and then you will hear him say, "Oh, I am incredibly sorry, I forgot." And he will reach to his side where he has this sort of small sack, and he will set it on the other side of the counter, and he will undo it, and you can see that there are more books in the sack. And if you pay close enough attention to them, you can see that they are books from the caravan. And he will set them out, and he will say, "I was hoping I could trade these in for these. Same as last time, my friend. I was here about, I want to say, over a year or so. Just wanted to get something new, I suppose." The librarian will nod and give a smile, and will begin to check out the rest of the books. Writing down the scribe's name, most likely an alias of sorts. You don't actually see what it is. And checking the books out, which he will put into the now empty sack.
This guy has his own bag of holding. And he even told us.
This guy.
Here. But then that starts to beg the question to Amaya, okay, so what we can actually find out what happens if you put a bag of holding in a bag of holding.
Let's not.
Please
let's not
no.
do that. Let's not do that.
Loads.
Don't bring it up because Craggletooth will want to do that. Don't do that, please.
It could be funny.
No.
It could be a TPK.
Yeah,
right?
guys, it could be
Oh,
funny.
could it actually?
Opens
Yes.
a rift that literally begins to swallow the world. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Okay, listen, I didn't know that was a thing. Don't fucking do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
So I looked
By
it
the
up,
way.
and I'm not gonna tell you what it does, but the title of this article is the
Oh,
funniest
he's
thing I've
dying.
ever seen.
I thought it was me that was dying.
Bring me
No,
back!
it's him.
Bring me back!
There you go.
Am I back?
He did the big hole.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are
you're
back.
back.
We can hear you.
Okay. I'm not
Can you hear us?
gonna tell you. Yeah, I can. I'm not gonna tell you what it says, but I looked up what would happen if you do that, and the results are quite funny.
No, man. We're not doing
Like,
You
that.
can't
You
say
tell
it's
us.
funny and then not tell us.
You... Don't you have the bag of holding in your inventory? You can just read the tooltip.
Oh no.
You can just do that.
I don't have the. I just typed it in because Dust didn't give it to me,
Wow.
so I don't
That's
have
great.
it.
I'm gonna look it up there.
Anyways, it's going to create some rift or something, and it's not good. So don't do that.
I love how the first thing I was waiting for autocorrect, and I forget that D&D isn't like a well-known thing, and I wrote, what happens if you put a bag of, and it autocorrected to, what happens if you put a bag over your head?
You have a cool hat, I guess. But
Yeah, cool hat.
yeah,
We're gonna look
take
that
us
up
take us to the port of Newport, Dust.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Well, was there anything else Amaya wanted to do?
No, she's gonna probably grab a few books. I actually don't know what she would be looking for. It's one of those things where she just kind of looks around. But then she'll eventually just grab just a couple miscellaneous books, read for a bit until, plot progresses. Yes.
Mhm.
Or-
So you're checking out some books, or are you leaving them there?
I'll check out a couple of them.
You have to return them, Amaya! You can't have them overdue!
So funny.
The fact she has to cut out as well made it even funnier.
Mhm. Alrighty then.
She'll take out a couple on magic and stuff. Probably some divination and whatnot.
Awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, you'll check those out. You'll leave probably about 30 minutes after the scribe leaves. Also, right before we move over to Kovak and Cassian, Mop, the goddess's name, which you do remember is, or the god is Parvise.
Parvise.
Arvisa?
Can you spell that?
Yeah, fucking
Thanks,
What did you
chat.
say?
Yeah,
Parvise.
hang on. No, hang on. I'll put it in. Like, give me a second. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Parvise Ebernet. Got it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But Kovak and Cassian, you all will move towards the southeastern side of Newport, and you will find quite a few boats sort of lingering out, waving back and forth in the water. And after enough sleuthing about, you see a woman who begins to... You see a boat literally sail in, and a woman hop off the boat and begin to tie some rope to the side to make sure that everything is in order, make sure everything is well docked and ready to go. She is the most... I can only describe this as, like, the most stereotypical looking sailor you have ever seen in your life. And yeah, assuming that you approach quite a couple people, but when you approach her, she has like all these sort of papers in her hands, jotting some things down, sitting on the dock side. She'll look up at you and go, "Oh, hi there. What brings you here? Anything I can do
Real
for you
quick.
too?"
Yeah,
Hello.
real quick before that, I'm gonna roll this.
Okay.
Oh no.
Right, so I
Rolling.
failed. This is it's a self thing that I'm literally just doing to decide whether or not it would make sense. Kovak still feels anxious.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't see any posters, right? But he is still a little bit like, I guess, weary. Because again, he's never really been on the run before. And he doesn't
Is he
know
clearly-
how quickly
Clearly
word is
being
spread.
good?
No, he's actually really, really good at, deceptively good almost at hiding it. But
Okay, so he's gonna-
if possible, I'd like to do a silly little perception check to see if he can like scan anything on the docks in his paranoia.
Go for it. Make a quick perception. 13. You don't see anything too startling, nothing of crazy note. If there are, playing into your paranoia a bit, if there are any ships there, they're well hidden.
No, and
Ones-
he's gonna
ones
sort
that
of
might
just
go against you.
yeah, and he's gonna sort of just take a look around, the preliminary look, and he's gonna try to not think about it too much. But you know, he feels okay. He didn't catch anyone looking at him, so he's gonna sort of like just sort of tighten his grip a little on his shield. And he'll likely be the one to follow Cassian to go talk to the captain.
Yarr.
But yeah, and so he'll approach, and he'll give a small little wave of the shield hand, and say, "Hello. You wouldn't happen to be what's the proper thing? Is it? You wouldn't happen to be like a ferry or anything by any chance, would you?"
She will, she'll like snort and let out like a large laugh. And she'll like sort of dramatically wipe a tear from her eye as she's still chuckling, and she says, "A fairy? You think, oh, no, nothing like that. But if you're asking if I can take you somewhere, yes, absolutely, I can do that."
Yeah, that's what I
Great.
meant. I've only ever known those sorts of boats to be ferries. I'm not big on boat. I'm not the biggest. I'm not the biggest sailor, but it'll sort of
Because
like,
the directions.
hey, Cassian, shut up, okay? Um, and how tall is Cassian?
5'7".
Yeah, he's gonna like nudge the 6'5" orc's just gonna nudge him with like with his elbow. He's like, shut up.
Cass just giggles.
And he's gonna be like, okay, I mean, yeah, that's good. Because you see, there is this little place, the Isles of Art, that myself, my friend here, and about 3 others. We're all sort of just around Newport, but they're lovely. You'll get to know them at some point, most likely. Very sociable. We're trying to get to the Isles, looking for a little something, and we're kind of hoping that maybe we'd be able to convince someone, pay someone to take us with them, because none of us have a boat.
If possible, hopefully, like a boat ride there and a boat ride back, we'd be willing to pay, or
Yes.
do any errands that you need.
She's
Yes.
kind
Obviously, we're not asking this for free.
She's kind of
God
like
knows.
she's listening to you as you're talking, but she's sort of like still going about your work. And when you say you're willing to pay, she'll definitely perk up and say, yes. Well, I mean, if you're willing to pay, I have no reason to say no to you." And she'll sort of upright herself and dust off her legs and hold out a hand, and say, "Captain Sederna, lovely to meet you two. How many of you will I be bringing?"
5.
5. Where do you wish to
5.
go?
5.
Isles of Art, and Kovac's going to, like, while he's answering, he's going to take the captain's hand and give it a nice firm shake.
Lovely. In that case, I'll probably need 30 gold in total, in order to pay some costs and expenses. I'll have only a few other people coming with me. A few people are going to, what is it? Not Ravigo, that's across the continent. Weimar, there you are. A few folks will be going to Weimar and the due post, but given that the Isles of Ard are a bit closer than that, I will take you to the Isles and then take my friends to Weimar. So, while I can take you, and I can take you back as well, it is likely that there will be probably about a 2-day interval where you will have to be on the Isles of Ard.
That's okay. Yeah, I think
That's good.
we'll only need to be for a few days, I think. But is it 30 for all of us, to and from?
She'll pause for a moment, thinking on that, and say, Can you make a persuasion check? You can do it with advantage because both of you are actively talking to her, so I can say the help action's applicable here.
Yeah. So real quick, what's your persuasion modifier?
It's definitely lower than yours.
Okay, well then I'll just go for it then. With advantage?
Yeah. Because I imagine Cassian's giving the help action. Whew, 13.
Good thing we had that.
With a 13, she'll look at you up and down. She's gonna roll something, actually.
Oh, thank God we can see it.
Yeah. Can Kovac roll a deception check, just to see if he can hide being nervous? Okay. She certainly doesn't have a +8, so she will kind of look both you up and down and say, she'll sigh and say, "Well, you two are nicer than the average customer. Normally it would be 30 there, 30 back, but I will cut a deal with you and say, if you can give me 45 in total for the whole thing, I'll do that."
Would you prefer it before or after?
Definitely before.
Yeah, I mean, if
Just like reaching into their pocket and they're like looking to Kovac for like just to see like if it's wise to give it now before they actually do just pull out their pouch, their coin purse, and they're gonna give them.
Yeah, I mean, bit of an insight check. Can I get a read on Captain Sedona?
Yeah.
Durst?
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me. Sorry.
No, I didn't. Oh God. Okay.
I get a read on them.
Well,
I'm too
Kovac,
nervous.
do you want to use your inspiration?
Yes, because I've been holding on to it for way too long.
I forgot you have inspiration.
Right? There we
There you
go.
are.
Yeah.
19. Despite her appearance being very pirate-esque, she seems incredibly trustworthy. You can tell just by like the wrinkles in her face and just like the texture of her skin from this far away. She's been doing this for a long time. And if she lied to people constantly, she wouldn't have this job anymore.
True.
And she
Yep,
seems trustworthy.
Yeah, and I mean,
How much was
Kovac's
this
probably 45.
45. Okay.
Yeah, Kovac actually probably is about to like speak to Cassian to be like, hey, which one of us can pay up front? But he's gonna see that Cassian's already like, reaching, and he's just like, oh, okay. I mean, if you want to cover it, that's fine. But yeah, no, I think we'd be happy to do that. Absolutely. What time would you want us to be here for when you leave? How many days?
Early in the morning. Tomorrow.
Early. Okay, early tomorrow. I can do that. I'll gather the rest of them and we'll be here. And he's gonna have a look at the boat. What's the boat look like? Just like some normal merchant vessel?
It just looks like a normal ship.
Does it have any cannons?
It does.
How many?
Uh-oh.
I actually have the map. One moment, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a
5,
map.
6,
That means we're gonna
7,
probably have to fight her.
8,
Well, yeah.
9, 10.
Yeah.
It looks like. Oh, maybe those aren't cannons. It looks like 8.
8, so like 4 on either side. Okay.
Well, no. There are 2 on either side, but you can see there are. What's it called? There's a bottom deck that has some cannons sticking out of the bottom.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I meant. Like side being including lower decks.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. No worries. Yeah, Kovac feels a little bit more secure with that because he hasn't really heard of pirates. He hasn't fought pirates per se, right? Unless they were on land. He hasn't really been out at sea very often, if at all. And so, there's that very real thought, especially because he's in his anxiety moment of like, hey, could we run into pirates? But seeing those cannons, he's a little bit, feels a lot better, I think, about it. And he nods to Cass and says, okay, and please do pay the captain, and we'll be here at before sunrise tomorrow morning.
Who has already paid the captain just now.
Oh, there you go. You're faster than I am.
Very well. I appreciate you both. We will leave as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Of course, sounds good. Thank you very much. We'll be here, and it's going to sort of notice head off to the side and head out with Cassian. And while he's doing that, and when they're when they're far enough away that it's just the 2 of them, he's going to sort of like speak in a bit of a lower tone to Cass, and he's going to be like, "Do you think we'll be okay?"
Okay.
Do you think we're going to be okay out at sea?
Well, I know I might be. I don't get seasick anymore.
Okay, because I mean, I don't really go on boats very much. The most I've been on one was a little boat that Mom's parents had. So
I used to go on boats a lot.
I don't think I'll be sick, but there's always that worry for me,
Is that really what you're worried about, though?
Can you roll me into
You... Where's my fucking...
piss?
Uh-oh. What do you mean, piss? Shh. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm worried about. He's not lying. I promise. Yeah, no, that's kind of it. It's like, I mean, I was looking earlier and I thought, oh, what if there were posters about us? And it's like there weren't any. So Josiah is either very slower than I thought he was, or the people here just don't fucking care because, again, why would anyone in Sadal give a shit about what happens in Dacia?
Well, to be fair as well, though, it hasn't been too long, since he set Nelra after us.
I mean, I don't really know how long it's been since we fought the hag and then we fell unconscious. It could have been the same day. It could have been like a few more. I wouldn't know. I've forgotten already. But it just yeah, I think it'll be okay. And the both had cannons, so if worse comes to worse, it's not going to be. We're not going to be fish in water,
Well,
Fish in water. That's where fish are. Fish in barrel. That's what I meant.
Fish in water.
It was monkeys in a barrel.
Okay. Monkeys
Yeah,
no, fish in a barrel is an expression to determine how easy something is. Monkeys in a barrel is an expression for
A toy.
teamwork, I believe.
Oh, I thought
So
it was a
here's
toy.
the fun fact.
It is a toy.
Here's a fun
That's
thing.
why. What the toy is it's a bunch of monkeys that have interlocking arms. Yeah.
True.
So
I
I
remember
knew
that.
that. I knew that. I just meant that was Cass saying it in character.
Oh.
That's so funny. Okay, no, he's just like, I mean, I don't know. Monkeys seem like they could probably jump out of barrel. Fish don't really have option. It's either water in barrel or air on outside.
Speaking of that, do you remember that illusion the Craggletooth and Mop did?
Yeah, that loud
That
fucking
was a
monkey.
right?
That was monkey.
What was
Yes.
it? Howler monkey, did they say?
It was loud monkey. That's what it was. It was very loud fucking monkey. It was like I don't,
Very loud, the fucking monkey.
very loud monkey. It was very loud. But okay, we'll probably need to find them then.
Should we split up and look for them, or do you want to stick together? I don't think there's much danger around here, but,
It's not
if it
new.
make you-
I mean, Newport is not massive, but splitting up would just be better. We'll cover more ground. And before you say anything, I do know my directions. Okay.
They're gonna just get that the same vibe as like the meme of the cat that has a knife pointed at it.
Yes. Yeah.
They've just got that smirk on their face right now, squinted eyes and everything.
It's just like embarrass me in front of new people again, and I swear to God, he's smiling the whole time, like he's not actually being serious at all. But he'll sort of like pivot on a foot, gesture in one direction, and say, "I'm going to go this way. I'll see if I can find them. We'll meet at Caravan."
Right, Cass lifts up their fist for him to fist bump.
Go up fist bumps.
Fist bumps.
Chat.
Yeah! Yeah!
Big. Then he
And
heads up
Cass is
to
gonna-
try to find them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roar!
I'm trying to
Cass
find
also
it
has
'cause I know exactly what. There it is. I found it. Hold on. I found the face that it is. I just need to fucking put it in there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, no. If I have to look for anyone in particular, I think Kovak is going to be keeping his eyes mainly towards the ground, looking for Graggletooth.
Aw.
He's absolutely not aware that she's probably on a rooftop still.
She
Ah.
probably hopped down off the rooftop
Mhm.
after going a couple rooftops away,
Mhm.
and then just climbed down. So she's around ground height now.
Then I jump up and I click my heels.
I can do that in real life.
I can do that. Oh my God. Whimsy.
So, unless there's anything specific, I do have something for Amaya, but unless there's anything specific anyone else wanted to do, I imagine you find each other. Let me know now if you have something you wanted to do.
Nothing on my end.
No.
Good
I'm
old
just
boy.
curious, who spots the other first?
The Craggletooth certainly spots Kovak.
Yes.
Okay.
Your passive perception is a lot better than mine, I'm willing to bet.
Yeah. No one will see this, but she'll kind of like roll her shoulders and take a deep breath before going up to like Kovak and starting to chat with him. As she does, chattering.
Yeah, and
Whatever.
Kovak just talks to her and he's like, relaying everything about tomorrow morning, very early, before, the break of dawn, they're going to be at the docks. They've already sorted
Graggletooth
everything out.
complains about the early morning, but
And then Kovak says, don't worry, I know how to make coffee really good. Have you ever had coffee?
she has not had coffee.
And then he
He does
double
not.
takes and he thinks, is it a good idea to give this absolute fucking
Why
are you-
fiend any
Why are
caffeine?
you
No!
talking like this?
Huh?
What?
Because it's
What's
funny.
going on?
Anyway. Because it's
You
funny,
guys don't
alright?
get-
Anyways.
What just happened?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I think Bubble and I were just describing like the very, very brief interaction between those two.
Mhm.
Because we wanted to see what Amaya gets up to.
Okay.
I.
Yeah.
You know what? It could probably wait.
Okay.
What?
Well, Amaya, at some point or another, you are walking about looking for folks, checking over your books. Can you make a perception check for me?
Oh, yay.
15. Yeah, that's good enough. There's a book that you would grab. It seemed interesting because you remember it. You remembered the book was in Dacia at one point or another. So it just felt like a nice little thing to grab. But as you're reading over it, something catches your eye. This book is titled "The Eccentricities of Engineering." And near the bottom, you see the author is named as Tenjara Doten.
Mhm.
Oh my god! Beast of Kaisen reference.
Oh shit.
Which is, yeah, a name that you recognize.
Oh,
And it's just
okay.
something that comes to mind as you're looking at it.
Amaya is. She remembers that is the priest.
Mhm.
So she notes the name, and she sort of just kind of frowns, and then she's going to start looking through the book a lot more, seeing what was actually written in here and whatnot.
Okay. Can you make an insight check for me?
Please be good at this.
17.
What the fuck?
It's not bad. You'll look over, start to go through the pages. I literally think Amaya, Cassian is too, is the only one of you that has a 20 in a stat.
And a
Um,
queasy.
I have one.
Oh no, you do. No, you have a 20 in charisma. That's right.
Yeah.
That's so
What
crazy.
again?
Both the things that I could max out are running maxed out by someone else in the party. I'm just...
That's so funny.
This little guy!
But you begin to read through, and there isn't anything really like especially crazy or like jaw-dropping about this, but you notice how passionate the writing is. The first page, this appears to be almost a journal or of sorts at first, or almost like a director's cut of something, if that makes sense, as if she took her journal and then added commentary to it, to the little snippets that she put in here, or made some addendums and such. It speaks on carpentry and engineering as a whole. There is a large section about how to upgrade and modify sailing ships. There is a specific section about Kaisen, but something you do notice from the writing is that they do not refer to Kaisen as their goddess in the book, implying that she wasn't when it was written.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, other than that, there isn't like some, jaw-dropping information in here. It just seems to be a very well-documented book on engineering and craftsmanship. Which I feel like I want to make you roll for it, but I won't because you've been a part of the Pantheon of Inagros for so long. You would know that Kaisen is literally the goddess of engineering in the ocean.
Mm-hmm. It's caught her eye a bit. Amaya has never really actually gotten to. She knows of the other gods, but she hasn't exactly learned too much on them, considering that her worship is towards Anagaros.
Mhm.
So she's sort of just skimming through. She does remember what the scribe had mentioned about taking a ship, so she does she does the thing in where she folds the corner of a book page on the part where it shows how to about engineering and ships, and she just kind of goes and skims through to see if there's anything else of note that might be interesting to her. And she also wants to kind of look into the commentary a bit.
Sure. I think the only other notable things that I will mention is that while there is mention of Kaisen, there is no mention of any other god in the Anagorosian pantheon, or the pantheon for that matter. In fact, this book seems to be entirely a-religious, with zero tones of that whatsoever. There is a little bit in reference to Kaisen, and some touches here and there when she talks about her work, but it doesn't seem like she is referring to carpentry as if and engineering as if it were her, her purpose for doing it was religious, and more that there's just hints of it in the way that she talks. The other notable piece of information that you definitely note down is that she very explicitly mentions Nidstrom, which I will bring you here really quick on the map of Falana. If you will look just below Dacia, is an island, or to the right of Dacia, I mean. Is an island with a small village on it. And I think with a 17, you could put together this is most likely where she was when she wrote this, and probably where she was born and where she lived for most of her life.
Can Amaya check and see when this book was written?
Yeah, make another insight check for me.
I
Ooh.
saw that 18. Oh,
I did too.
Okay.
While there are no labels for dates in this book, I will remind you of the fact that it was very clear from the tone that this was written before she was a priest of Kaisen.
Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what she wanted to get out of it. However, she thought that with a priest of Kaisen writing a book that seems extremely a-religious, with only a few mentions, it's kind of a little particular that the priest of Kaisen at the time would write a book like this and then never update it after they became priest.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of wanted to see when this was written, but if it's all smudged out or she can't read it, then she doesn't press too far into it.
You don't have a specific date in mind, but you probably remember you were very young. Like, you'd probably only spent 1 to 3 years at Dacia at that point. But you do recall her becoming a priest.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to imagine it was somewhere before then, possibly at most like a year before you remember. Like, yeah, something like that probably.
Got it. Okay. I don't think there's really anything else too much that Amaya would look into for this book particularly. She does think of the Pantheon a little bit, and she just kind of, her mouth sort of just twitches. Purely because of the whole situation that she's in. But she just keeps her nose down and just keeps reading, really. She's probably found somewhere comfortable.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And Ma, you had something you wanted to do?
I want to try to find a papaya.
You buy a papaya.
Okay. I'm gonna buy I'll buy a papaya.
You buy a papaya. Let me do some stupid things in your inventory, because it would probably be a copper piece. So I'll need to do 1.
Then I'll buy 10 of them.
Oh, you want to buy 10?
I'll buy 10 papaya.
So 1 silver piece.
But yeah.
There you go. I hope this helps.
There you go. You buy 10 papayas.
And I'm also gonna buy some little trinkets for my friends.
Oh, define trinkets.
I'm thinking like a hair clip, with a sunflower on it, right?
Okay.
I'm thinking some dice,
Okay.
like a nice dice set. Let's see. I'll buy those like you know the meditation balls, but they're like the ones that you spin around in your hand.
I think.
You know what I'm talking about?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, I know the ones.
you just made me think of fushigi.
It's like they're like two tiny fushigis, but you swirl them around in your hands.
I think I know.
Okay, and I want to say like a neat little charm, in the shape of a moon.
Okay. I think that'll probably cost you in total. I'll get rid of your silver and put you at... Oh, not that much. Were you at 140 or 240?
I was at 149,
Okay,
so yeah.
we'll go there. 130. It costs you roughly 20 gold. A little bit less than that. With some silver.
Wowie zowie.
But yeah, you can get all that stuff.
It's kind of queasy.
And I will meet up with the party whenever we all meet up.
Yeah. And little by little, you guys can find each other, get everybody, together and squared away. And yeah, you can all convene. The day is ending. If you'd like, you can buy an inn here, or you can just walk back to the caravan and rest there for the night.
Probably the caravan.
Yeah.
Caravan's easier.
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
called-
I mean, he's gonna go to the caravan
Caravan
to
is familiar.
sleep, but he is
Yeah.
going to go and visit the tavern.
The balls I'm thinking of are called Baoding balls.
adding.
Bounding balls.
Yeah.
Let me look that
They
up.
sound familiar, yeah. But no,
I'll
yeah,
put
Kovacs
a
probably
picture of
gonna.
them. Yeah.
Kovacs probably gonna sleep at the caravan, but he's going to at least tuck his head into like a local inn, even if just for a little bit.
I have a feeling I know exactly what they are, but
There you go.
oh, I didn't.
Oh, little guys.
Interesting. Well, you can stop by the tavern for a moment. There is a bit of activity going on, plenty of folks if you want to ask around. You do notably see anyone wants to come along can, by the way. Pen and what are they? Oh goodness, Knife.
Ginger.
Oh, huge.
Knife.
Hanging out in the tavern. And when you come in, Pen will look at you and go, "Oh, hello, Kovac. It's been a little bit. How are you doing?"
Oh, Pen. Oh, Pen. That's it's a very good question. He's going to like cross the floor, kind of like sit at the bar and kind of just like lean his head in, and then like do the little 2-finger like come closer motion.
When you do that, he'll kind of look you up and down, and he'll hold a hand out as if to say stop, and he'll say, trust me, I already know."
Well, what the fuck? No, okay. Well, in that case, that's what I was going to say. If that's what we think of the same thing. Just like spell it out. Spell like the first letter.
T?
As it starts with a T and has an R.
Yeah, I think that's already too much what you're saying. Yes, I get it. I've heard. I own many taverns. I don't actually own this one. I'm just filling in for someone today. But no, I've heard. And for the record, I'm not going to do anything about that.
It's like when he spells the what's it called?
Treason.
Like, yeah, no, when he spells the T and the R, right? And then Pen's like, yeah, you might have already said too much. He's gonna like clear his throat and be like, yeah, I love trees. And sort of just like try to play that off a little before returning back to his tone, and it's like, I appreciate it. I will be completely honest with you. It's kind of bullshit. It's very bullshit, actually. Who am I kidding? But you know, it's fine. It's something that we'll just have to manage. We'll probably just need to keep going. But I appreciate you not, I guess, being that sympathetic to I say the Dashians. I mean the temple. It's really them that's looking for us.
He'll nod.
But-
He'll start to you see Knife will grab like walk around and grab some dirty glasses and walk back and be like, "Hello!" and look at you, Kovak. And Pen will snatch some of the dirty glasses and begin to clean them out, and will say, it is fine, Kovak. I am empathetic towards your situation. I am not very welcome in many circles for more than one reason, to the extent of death at times. So, it is fine. I'm not going to, what is the word? Sell you out, especially if it is for something that you don't even, shouldn't really be in trouble for. I don't know the details, but I trust you enough.
Yes, no, it's I promise you, it really is not as big deal as they make it out to be. But you know, it scares me a little to say that you're in the same, so you've been in the same situation, because now I'm a little curious, but I'm not going to press because
Oh.
he thinks Pen is so fucking sweet, and he's like, "What have you done? What have you done, dude?" But I'm not gonna press. But if Pen wants to say anything.
I'll just shrug.
But yeah, he is going to sort of just like straighten up a little bit, you know, with that sort of thing cleared out and roll his shoulders a little. I was going to say, but no, aside from that, everything's been pretty okay. We helped out
That's good.
Leadentown. They were having a bit of problem with this hag, right?
Mm.
Yeah, the real mean thing that she had these she was making these mimics that looked like gift box. They were really fucked up. I didn't
frown.
like them. Yeah, it was like really fucked up. And so yeah, we went to help one of the what's what they called? Bloody Hunters, I think.
Oh, I've heard of them. Have not interacted much. They're quite the travelers, you know.
Yes, no, they were quite good. We were accompanied by one named Cecilia, I think. She was very good. She was very, very good. Had a good plan, had good skills. And, you know, we were able to dispatch the threat pretty easy. No one was really badly wounded. She did,
Except for
did sort of,
Cecilia.
she did sort of get, you know, a bit of an ice wall directly, but, you know, nothing that she couldn't shake off in the end.
That's good to hear.
But no, aside from that, everything's been relatively okay. We're not going to be in Newport for very long, but I was originally going to come here because I thought we'd have to wait a few days or something and maybe see if there's any work in the area, but I figured I might as well swing by, keep an eye out, and I mean, here you are, you know, it's good to see you again. My day gets better whenever I see you, I think.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. I'm quite happy to make people's days better. I'm sorry to hear about all the nonsense, but you're welcome here for the time that you will be here, and you'll be welcomed back when you eventually come back.
Awesome.
Though
Yes, no, I mean,
I might not be the tavern keeper when you get back.
Fair enough. No, I've made a bit of habit of going to different taverns and inns and whatnot whenever we stop by. So the off chance that they see you there is kind of like it's a funny little guessing game before I open the door. But yes, no. There was one thing that I was a little bit more, I guess, curious of.
Shoot.
Have you heard anything out of City of Sudal recently?
In regards to you?
Yes and no. You probably heard about the fire, right?
Indeed I did. I was there when it happened.
it was a big mess, and there was another mess attached to it that happened. A few people, you might have had them come by. Actually, these people in these armors with this little crest.
Yes.
Yes, no, I was wondering if you heard anything about them, if, there's anything that happened, I guess, while we were out.
They're not in Sedal anymore, I don't think. The city of Sedal, for that matter. There might be a few still walking about, but I overheard some reports that whoever they were looking for, he blinks, escaped. So some have been sent out to follow, some have been sent back to Dashia, I think.
That would make sense. They are Dashian, I believe. Or at least their employer is. But okay, well, I mean, that's kind of what they weren't able to. Well, they didn't mention any of the people they were going after by name, did they?
No vague descriptions. He blinks.
What were those descriptions?
He blinks.
He blinks. He blinks.
He just stares at you, knowingly.
Fair enough. I just wanted to know if they were, going to talk about my scar or not. They take great pride in it.
Yes, they did mention the scar.
Okay, well, that's kind of good.
You take pride in it?
Yes. I mean, I didn't get this from, cutting onions. But
When are they gonna kiss?
shut up.
He reaches over the table and grabs you by the cheeks.
Yeah!
No, but yeah, and he's gonna then sort of just like, and there was nothing about like, the kobolds that are in the little farming area in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened to them.
Oh, I think that there were some efforts made by those crest folks you mentioned to do something to them, but didn't go very well. Apparently, they're a well-known family there in the city, been providing the city with good food and even homes at times during crisis. You see, the city of Sedal has to get rebuilt every couple of years because it's made of wood in a swamp. So they tend to have some lodgings available for people. They've been so helpful that when they attempted to arrest them or try them for anything, it was very quickly put down. Especially since there was no major Dashian authority there, it was just some people in cloaks and armor.
Yeah, I think I think it's gonna be very, very fucking obvious that big smile on Kovok's face at hearing this. And say, okay, that's good, because they were very helpful for us in general. They were very good people, and so I wanted to make sure that these individuals weren't going to hurt them, and I'm glad that Sedal, the city, has their back. There's one thing I will bug you about, and then I'll probably have to go and get some rest.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't have happened to have had like some sort of pale kind of looking man with a hood come through here in the last like couple of days?
Raise an eyebrow. That is unfortunately not incredibly descriptive. Any specifics?
Okay. A bit of lankier build. How tall was Nora against Kovok?
Probably a bit shorter than you.
And he's going to sort of like gesture with his hand a bit shorter than like just about to his neck. Around this tall, he has brown hair that's sort of like forward cut and sort of shaved on the sides and around the back, but if he had the hood on, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. I think he had grey or blue eyes, greyish blue maybe. And he would have probably seemed a little bit manic.
He will sort of scratch his chin for a moment. Rather unfortunate. That does describe more than one person, but at the bare minimum, I have seen at least one or two people like that come through, yes?
And was there any mention of, I guess, where they were going, any indications?
There were a few, and people like that aren't extremely talkative, and if they are, they typically are babbling nonsense. though a few of them were asking for a ship, though it's been long enough that they are probably gone.
Okay. Fair enough. Because, yes, no, they, one of them was, and he sort of lowers his eyebrows, he sort of squints his eyes, but not at Pen, more at himself than anything. Friend, I guess, would be the word. In a bit of a spot, with the manic rambling and the talking in circles, and so I was hoping you might have seen him. He might have come through at least, and because we'd like to help him if we can, obviously. But it's probably pretty clear to Pen, because I'm sure Pen's probably very aware of it. He works with people all the time, that calling this person a friend isn't inherently correct for Kovok, but it's more something that he's just conflicted about.
Mm-hmm. Pen will kind of stare at you for a moment and then give a shrug and say, well, best case would be to take the boat, find him on one of the nearby islands. Captain Sundara doesn't like to go extremely far, so they can't be too close, and those are typically very isolated islands, so...
and yeah, this Captain Sudara is good person, yes?
Oh, extremely. I've had them take me places before as well.
Okay, lovely. If you trust her, then I do as well. He's going to give a bit of a smile, a bit of a nod, and he's going to put a singular gold piece on the bar. He's going to slide it over to Pen. And he's not going to order anything. He's going to get up and say, thank you very much. Always very good to see you, and I sure will speak again at some point. You seem to be around quite a bit. So, yes.
He'll say, oh, I'm sure we will, and he's like flipping the coin, and as the coin flips in the air, you see a little red kobold jump through the air and grab it and go tumbling down the other side.
It's a familiar kobold, though. It's one that helped beat the shit out of the red cloaks.
Yeah. And he'll be like, knife, please. And Knife will be like, oh, shiny. And we'll just start running circles around Ben.
And then Kovok is just going to... Does Pen have like a shirt pocket?
Yeah.
He's going to lean over and put another coin in that shirt pocket and say, keep a hold of that one this time.
He'll be kind of like looking around, like trying to find Knife, and he'll look at you and he'll pause and he'll say, thank you, Kovok.
And then he's going to, give a bit of a wave of the hand to both him and Knife, and is going to head back to the caravan for the night.
Absolutely. Was there anything any of you wanted to do in the caravan?
Amaya, look.
Oh,
And
this
Mom
is...
will hold out the papaya.
This is the papaya. Huh.
I can cut it up if you want.
Are you supposed to cut up a papaya, or...
Kind of.
Alright.
I've never seen anybody take a bite out of a papaya.
Amaya will slowly grab the papaya, and she'll just take a bite out of it.
Amaya will grab the papaya.
Wait, what is it?
Hold on, let me... No, I just thought it was funny, the sentence. So...
Are we back at the caravan then?
Yeah, hold on, I'm trying... I've looked up things. You... So sorry. You... Hello?
Oh.
Kills Amaya instantly.
I'm streaming at the moment.
No way, she's got an allergy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Papaya allergy. Amaya papaya allergy.
If Amaya's allergic to papaya, Mop will say fuck.
Oh
Say
my
what?
god.
No. I love Pen, dude.
Pen is
What a
very...
cool guy. Yeah, so seeing him as a recurring bit is really fun, and I'm going to play into that as much as I can. Oh, I like Piddix. Yeah, he's kind
So-
of funny.
So, to clarify,
Don't give your accent. I've never had a papaya
papayas
before in my life.
cannot be eaten in the way that you just did. So you bite into it,
Why?
and
I just said I can cut it up.
yeah, you bite into it, and you taste the inside, and the inside tastes pretty good, and then you taste the outside, and it's not that great.
Okay. Okay. Out of character context, me, hi, Ellie, never had a papaya before.
You are
So-
missing out. It's good shit. On God, trust.
They're
I haven't had one
okay.
either.
I've never
They're-
had them.
I've
So-
had them. I don't like them.
I did just okay. Hold on. I have to read this out to you guys. This is the most insane thing I've ever read. I looked
Alright.
up how do you eat a papaya without peeling, and this is insane. Peeling papayas is not strictly necessary. You can simply scoop out the flesh with a
Yeah.
spoon,
Yeah.
similar to
Yeah.
how you eat a kiwi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That's yeah.
The flesh.
The flesh
Yeah.
is
It's- yeah,
it's the scientific term.
It's the
That
scientific
is
term for fruit.
insane. That is insane.
Fruit lessons with lack of love.
Yeah. Lack of fruit.
How does a Maya react to, first off, papaya skin and then papaya flesh?
Okay. Papaya flesh is pretty good. Papaya skin, she you can see after a while, after she eats, there's like a bit of a silence. She doesn't say anything, and then her eyebrow just twitches.
You're supposed to. Do you want me to get you a spoon?
Yes, please.
I did in fact say I should cut it up.
Well, I thought you were simply being polite. I didn't know that skin would taste like ass.
It's high in fiber.
Gross fiber.
Mop will take the papaya out of Amaya's hands and take it over to the kitchen, quickly scoop out the seeds and chop it up for her,
Absolutely.
and then bring it back.
And yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, it's good. Thank you.
Oh, and I also got you something at the market.
Oh.
And Mop will give her the sunflower hair clip.
What is this for?
I don't know. It's been a while since we stopped anywhere, and I wanted to get all my friends a little something, a little gift.
You did not need to do that, you know.
That's kind of the point of gift giving, is that you don't have to do it. You just kind of do it for fun.
You should make sure you save your money though, Mom, just in case we need it. Especially since now it might be a bit difficult.
It's a new feeling, having my own money. And they always say, you should spend money on something that matters to you. And so I got you all a little something.
Well, alright. And she'll just kind of keep it in one hand while holding the papayas in the other hand.
And Mop will run off to Kobok, give him the balls.
Yeah. No, I like to imagine he's just gotten back and he just gets jumped by Mom.
Hey, I got this for you. This is for meditating, and it's also for calming yourself. You just kind of spin them in your hand like this, and Mop kind of does it,
Oh,
and it's very relaxing.
and he kind of just he looks at the balls. They're probably a lot smaller in his hand than they were in Marv's, but it's still that's relatively they're workable. He's gonna look at it and look at Marv. He's gonna say, "Thank you. Actually, that's very thoughtful of you."
Thank you.
And in the back of his head, he's thinking, "Is Mom telling me that I'm too mad?"
Mop will just point to the kitchen and say, "I'll cut up some papaya if you want some papaya."
Sure. Yeah, no, I can have some papaya. Well, has Cassian told you about the tomorrow morning?
No.
Okay. Well, early tomorrow before for break of dawn, we're going to head to port.
Okay.
And get on boat. Should take us to the isle. Everything's all covered already, but yes. So we'll have that we'll have that discussion maybe around dinner if we're having dinner. Right?
Yes, I'm not sure. I honestly didn't plan anything for dinner.
It's okay. We can always just play it by ear, and I'm happy to help. But
Okay. Do you have a favorite meal, Kovok?
I mean, it's a bit stereotypical, but I do like a good piece of cooked meat. So I mean,
We should be able to do that.
you should be able to. But yes, have you ever had coffee? No.
Yes.
Do you think it would be a bad idea to give Craggletooth some tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Okay, so I won't. So I won't do that then. But
I'm sorry, the instant response.
The immediacy.
I was thinking about it because they were complaining about having to wake up early, and it's like, oh, okay, I get
Maybe.
it. What I
Maybe.
use sometimes.
Maybe just like a shot. Maybe like a shot of espresso, or maybe like an Americano of sorts.
Maybe something like very light.
Yeah, very light.
Okay,
I just listed 2 of the heaviest concentrates.
Yeah, I was just saying
Yeah.
you did just do that, but Kovak doesn't understand what either of those words are, but he's assuming that it's like draconic
A
for
macchiato.
something.
Maybe a macchiato.
It's just like, I mean, I'll think of something. I'll think of something that will be light and not terrible because I drink my coffee, no additives, and I don't think people really like it like that all the time.
Yeah.
But,
I have to go give the other 2 their gifts as well.
okay, yeah, no.
Mop will run over to Cassian.
Cass is once again in the wolf form, sleeping like near where the big bell is.
Oh.
But
Cassian.
they like open an eye and they lift their head up.
I got you something down at the market. I got you a little charm. You can put it on whatever you want. It's a little crescent moon.
Their eyes like light up for a moment, and then, probably surprisingly, because they haven't told anyone this, Mop like actually hears them talk.
What the fuck?
They just go, "Oh, you didn't need to do that, bud."
Well, I got everybody something down at the market. And I just thought I'd give you all a little personalized something. And Mop will put it on the floor in front of Cass.
Cass will shift back to human form, and they sit cross-legged on the floor and they take it, and they'll run their thumb over it for a moment. It's like a wee necklace, right?
It's like a you ever like buy a charm by itself that can go anywhere?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a little string on it though, if you want.
Yar.
And
Cass will like put it around their neck, and then they'll like look at it for a wee moment, and then they'll tuck it behind like underneath the tunic to keep it safe, and they're gonna give Mop like a big smile.
And Mop will smile
you.
back. Do you have any what do you want for dinner? Yes.
Oh, I'm fine with anything.
Okay. And Mop will run over to Craggletooth.
Craggletooth's like sitting on a chair, and as she sees, she's like reading a little note.
Mhm.
But as she sees Mop, she kind of just tucks it away and looks over.
Craggletooth,
Yeah.
I got you I got you some dice. And Mop will hold out little cubes.
Her eyes like widen, and she takes
And
them and like looks over them.
They are the shiniest dice Mop could have bought.
you see like the shine reflected in her eyes, and she has a wide grin. She goes, you didn't have to do that.
Well, I get everybody a little something at the store. At the market, because I thought it would be, nice to get everybody something. And this is the first time in a while I've had my own sort of income. And I realized you can buy things for people whenever you have money.
I mean, yeah, but I didn't get you anything.
Well, don't worry about it. That's
Well-
not the point of gifts, is it?
I mean, I always gave, like, whenever we gave gifts, and it was giving something to the other person. So equal sort of things.
Well, maybe, we could figure out the gift another time. I'm not sure. I don't feel obligated to, though. It's not. I don't like that.
She kind of playfully sticks her tongue out at Mop, and like kind of tuck the dice away, and then she'll actually go, well, thank you, Mop. I will use them, and maybe we can play some games later with them.
Yeah. I am sorry for yelling at you back in Sedal.
I'm sorry for accidentally starting a fire. And she kind of like looks down and rubs the back of her neck.
Well, I mean, you didn't plan on it, you know?
Yeah, but
It was
kind of told the dude that I was gonna try not to burn his place down, and then burned the place down. Oh well.
Yeah. We handled it though. Everything's fine.
We did. And she kind of perks up at that. Mob, can I ask you like a weird question?
Sure.
And you see her kind of like get a little bit nervous, which is a strange thing. A strange thing to see. But she kind of like fidgets. Her ears like kind of fidgets, and she rubs her hands together. And so I know like when you were like with the fuckfaces, the Televines, you didn't really see your family all that for that long. I'm just wondering like how you just seem so close with them. Like how did you get through that and stuff?
Well, I wrote to them very often while I was working with the Televine, and they knew me for a good time beforehand, and every so often I'd get the chance to leave Dashia on the rare occasion. Sometimes my family would actually come down and see me.
Oh, that's nice.
It sure is. But we stayed pretty tight knit over the years.
That's good. You see her kind of like tuck her arms underneath her shoulders, like, I don't know what to do with my hands. The eternal struggle.
Yeah.
Well, do you have family?
Oh, yeah, I have a lot of family. They were over in Thudal, but I haven't seen them in like a while, so.
Oh.
That's
well,
why.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to come back and look for them.
Well, the cave where like we found the like the thing for the alchemist, like the flowers and stuff.
Mhm.
Like that was one of the caves that we used to we moved around a lot, right? Because we were and she's about to say like bandits, but then she pauses and she looks at Mop and she goes, I guess nomad is the term.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, so that was one of the places, but it was empty with, I don't know, makes me worried, I guess.
Looks like they hadn't been there in a while.
Mm-mm. And she shakes her head.
Well, shoot, maybe we can check the other spots where they usually, what's it called, camped up at.
Camp? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know if we're gonna be around Thudal much.
Well, I'd like to meet them. I'm sure they're very lovely people.
She kind of giggles and she's like, "Yeah, I like him. I don't know if She kind of eye glances over Mop, remembering the conversations about soap and cleanliness. I don't know if you like him quite as much. They're all kind of like me.
Well, I like you.
Well, I like you too. I just don't know if you'd. I'm pretty on a scale of like all my relatives. I'm pretty chill with soap, actually. I'm like
tilts her head, but you don't like soap.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
I'm like the chill coven sort of thing.
Okay.
With why I say I don't know how much. Like I would love to introduce you. I think you and a couple of my cousins would get along really great, but I think other cousins would maybe bully you, which I would not like.
Oh, okay.
They mean it in good fun, but
yeah, I could take it in good fun. That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I look forward to it eventually, whenever we, have the time to go over and find them.
Roll an insight for me.
Okay. Inside. Argyle's helping. Fuck!
Hang on, let me roll a thing for Craggle.
Deception.
Yeah.
Oh, we're shit out of luck. Okay.
Shit out of luck.
Literally half.
Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Wow, 17.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
kind of crazy.
She just smiles and nods and. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make filet mignon for dinner.
A what? That doesn't
Filet
sound
mignon.
like common.
I'm not sure what language it is.
What is it?
Meat. It's beef.
Oh, she perks up at that. She likes meat.
It's a very fancy beef. So Mop will go make filet mignon.
Yeah. And
Yeah, but while they're cooking, real quick, just terribly sorry. Kovac did say he was going to help, and he did mean that. He's helping out a bit. He's clearly had quite a bit of experience with it, actually. It's something you probably might not have expected, but at one point during their little cooking, he's going to say, by the way, I ran into Penn while we were in Newport. And also one of your buddies, I think his name was Knife.
You ran into Knife?
Yes, he was with Penn at the tavern, and I went to go and ask a couple of questions about Nora, about the city of Sudal, and I thought you might like to know that the people of Sudal, they rallied behind your parents and your siblings and protected them from the Telbeans.
Good.
So it should be okay. So I was worried about them when we left, but according to Penn, and I trust Penn, things are things are okay with them. I thought you might
Okay.
like to know.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. That's all I want to do. I just wanted to let Mop know that the parents are fine.
Yeah, we're cooking the fuck out of this filet mignon.
We're cooking the fuck out of it. Yeah!
Help! I've been shrunk.
No.
Shrunk
I've been
idiot. Get shrunk.
compressed.
Shrunkian.
Yeah.
I've
Alright.
been compressed.
Gotta go back up to
What?
the,
What's up, Dust?
Hey.
Can't believe this. Dust, what have you done to me?
Compressed.
Yay, we're all tiny adventure.
But yeah. And you will go about the rest of your evening, getting ready for the next day, eating dinner, so on and so forth. If there's anything else any of you would want to do, you can do it, but I think elsewise, that's where we're going to end the session for today.
I would like to be decompressed.
I actually can't do that.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to delete your token and then put a whole new one on.
I mean, I
Yeah,
can just...
So, have I... Oh, I'm okay.
There you go.
That's it.
The one thing that solve this, compress them. into
RP session. Very epic RP session.
RP. We
Maya.
we love RP.
Am I so... Oh, okay, here we go. Compressed. There we go. Small Maya.
Small Maya.
Stay still!
You're trying to do what I'm doing.
Hold on, they have to see this.
Well-
Where you at? Where you at? Oh, there you are.
Over here.
Do Fantasy Grounds also just like lag for... Oh god.
Oh,
That's
oh,
why. Oh.
Amaya.
No, please. No. Maya, that's crazy.
Oh,
All right, have a
Everything
wonderful
that
night,
is
everyone. Thank you for
from-
coming.